Oh, hello.
Alright, looks like I am up. Hi, everybody. So this is going to be SM64 120 stars, so before we get started, let me just real quickly make sure that my file is okay, even though I'm pretty sure I erased my file earlier. Alright. So, I'm ready to go ahead and get started, so here's the countdown. Let's go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so SM64 120 star, I'm sure if any of you have ever heard of speedrunning at all, you're probably familiar with this game, and probably more particularly this category. So, 120 not technically 100%, but it's kind of the 100% category of this game since you're completing every possible objective and finishing the game. It's been one of the most heavily pushed speedruns out there, and it just keeps getting optimized. New optimizations are coming all left and right almost every day, and I am going to do my best to give a good showing of this and hopefully beat my time from Lake Effect Warning, which is like a mid 149, so hopefully I'll be able to beat that by at least a minute or two. So the first trick in this run is a trick called like Teach You Skip. Basically, there's parts on the left and right side of the bridge that for some reason don't take this cutscene into account. So I'm going to try to long jump off the very left edge of the bridge here. And I got it. Nice. So that saves around 8 seconds. And it's a big reset point right at the start of the run. So I'm going to head to Bob-omb Battlefield, but I'm only going to get 1 star here for now. And I'm going to actually do a trick here called Bomb Clip. So when a Bob-omb's about to explode, it will increase in size for 4 frames, and if you grab it on any of those 4 frames, its hitbox will push Mario backwards, because its hitbox is constantly intersecting with Mario's hitbox. I'm going to use that to have the Bob-omb push me through the gate. Like that. That skips having to free the chain chomp there. So up next, I'm going to be going to Whomp's Fortress. I'm going to be coming back to VOB later once I have the win cap, so I can get the remaining stars. But for now, I'm just going to be heading to a few other levels to knock them out of the way. So Whomp's Fortress is unfortunately a pretty reset-heavy level when you're doing attempts. There's a lot of tricks you have to do here, and there's a lot that can go wrong here. So hopefully everything will just go swimmingly. This first trick I'm about to attempt here is called Owlless. Instead of using the owl to get into the caged island, I'm just going to do a somewhat precise triple jump walking to get in there. Work, there we go. That's actually way harder than I just made it look, and it only saves around 5 seconds. So the next trick I'm going to attempt is called Cannonless. So basically, I'm going to be ledge grabbing in a tiny slit in the wall where the blast away the wall star is. And that will allow me to have Mario's hitbox intersect with the star's hitbox, which slightly sticks out of the wall, but you can't collect it unless you ledge grab there. And to get the ledge grab possible, I'm going to do this little setup that was known as stock folder. About 5 seconds slower than just running off the plane, but it's way more consistent. So yeah, that's Cannonless. It saves around 20 seconds if I had to guess. So I'm going to be doing the first 100 coin star of the run. Each of the 15 main courses has a 100 coin star, and you always pair it with another star, because it's one less trip to the level. Here I'm going to be pairing it with the red coins, which is a common star to pair it with. And I have to have pretty decent movement here, because there's a platform cycle I want to make midway through the level. That jump's pretty difficult. Alright, I made the cycle. Nice. Takes quite a bit of time if you missed that. And I'm sure you've probably figured out by now, although there's a lot of tricks and stuff in this run, what really makes this game difficult to optimize is actually the movement. This is probably one of the most technical speed games out there. There's just so much depth to the way you can control Mario. And there's so many tiny optimizations you can do left and right, especially considering that this is a 3D platformer. One of the big things I should probably mention is that every time I do a dive rollout, like I just did there, you want there to be no dust when you perform the rollout, so you basically have to press A or B on the frame that you land, because that will allow you to not lose any speed, and if there is dust from the dive, you lose speed. Another thing you're probably noticing is that after each star, I'm going to be scrolling down 2 options, and that's me scrolling from save and continue to continue, don't save. Which saves a few frames of lag each time you do it, and it adds up to save about 30 seconds over the course of a 120-star run. Something else I'm doing is on the star select screens, I'm actually going to be holding left for most of them. And that will actually set a counter that, it's really complicated to explain, but basically it sets a counter that allows me to just hold down as soon as the save menu appears, and it will immediately scroll to continue don't save. Otherwise I'd have to tap down twice, and it's really useful. However, if the star I'm selecting is not the first star in the course, I'm usually not going to do that, just because it's not worth at that point. So here is a Womp King. There's a glitch you can do with him where you just ground pound and you go right through him. Makes the fight a little bit faster and a little easier. So there's only 1 star left. Each of the 15 main courses has 7 stars in it. 6 main missions and then a 100-coin star. So this last star I'm actually going to be playing with a zoomed-in camera. Since I'm playing on the Nintendo 64 version of the game, I'm going to be doing a lot of weird camera angles throughout the run, and all of that is to reduce lag. That's also why I saved the star for last, because the tower lags the game quite a bit. That was actually an incredibly good Mum's Fortress segment. So now I'm done with that level, and now I'm going to be moving on to the next course, which is Jolly Roger Bay. But before I do that, I'm actually going to head to the secret course that's hidden in this room, the Secret Aquarium. So swimming in this game actually involves tapping A in a rhythm, rather than just like mashing A. And in order to know if I have optimal swimming, I actually kind of have to be listening to the audio. So if Mario's making this sound effect constantly, then you're having optimal swimming. Swimming is also about making a few tight turns here and there. Unfortunately, this is not exactly optimal, because it's really easy to miss these coins when you try to take super sharp turns, like I nearly did there. Here's going to be another instance of lag reduction. I'm going to be holding both C up and C left as I'm swimming towards the star here, just to keep this fish out of the way for as long as possible, because I just saw there they kind of lagged the game a lot. So now it's time for Jolly Roger Bay. This is unfortunately one of the longer courses in the game. One of the slower ones. So like, again, right here, I don't want to be viewing the entire stage at once, or else I lag the game severely. So I basically always have to keep the camera pointed to the side of the star here. So for this star, I'm just gonna have to literally heal out of the ship. You can actually clip through a corner of the ship and then swim into the loading zone, which skips having to really heal out. But I'm not very good at that strat, so this strat isn't that much slower. So I just have to get these 4 chests in a specific order, and that will make the water in this ship lower. I'm going to get to the star here. Alright. So I was able to get the ground pound on that box right away, which means I can see this cool little swimming in air animation. So this next star, I'm going to do an interesting clip into the cave, which is actually kind of a sort of down warp. So when Mario swims into a ceiling hitbox, the ceiling will actually move him downwards, and with the right amount of speed and angle, I can actually clip through this very steep floor above the cave here, and swim into the ceiling hitbox of the cave, and so the ceiling will essentially downward me into the cave. And I use a punch to make it a little bit easier. So yeah, that barely saves any time, but it's not too hard. It's really cool. So like every single one of these dive robots being restless, that's actually good. I'm ground pounding stars because it actually makes Mario fall to the ground. but with optimal swimming, you can actually swim through the jet stream and collect the stars that way. It's actually not very difficult. Of the 15 main courses is actually the tightest on coins. There's only 104 coins in this course. And of those 104, 3 of them are Goombas in the cave, which I'm going to be skipping because killing Goombas is slow. So I only have 1 spare coin in this entire route. And I'm actually going to try to keep that, to have every coin for as long as I can. Because it will allow me to save a little bit of time later on the start. And these claims, you're supposed to, I missed that one, you're supposed to wait for them to open and then get the right points from them that way, but if their hitbox is just barely shut out enough for Martin to be able to do that without waiting. That second claim is actually very difficult as the jet stream pushing you. So because of the very strict coin limit in JRB, it's actually not, you actually have to collect all of these blue coins. If you miss just one, you're not going to be able to get the 100 star. Fortunately, they are not hard to collect at all. Yeah, as you saw there, I had a very dusty dive there, so I lost a lot of speed and I wasn't able to beat that filler. So coming up here is something somewhat similar to the, it's like the inverse of the ceiling clip you saw me do. So this is a steep floor, and if I punch into it like this, I can travel up it really quickly. Just got 2 more red points for claims to get. Alright, 2 for 4, that's decent. So now I'm going to open the cannon here, because it's convenient. The bottom is, like, in my path. I'm going to dive to this hole over here. Now I got to get on the ship. So the ship is on a cycle, so I have to kind of see where the ship is in its cycle to determine what I'm going to do. So that end is pointed up, so I'm actually going to go around and just jump over here and play it safe. If it was pointed down, I would have tried to side flip onto there. It was a little bit faster. I'm getting those 2 red coins in that order specifically because it will keep the camera pointed away from the entire course, which would cause a severe amount of lag as well. There we go. Now I just have 2 stars left in JRB. So the next star I'm going to get is the star I actually opened the cannon for. And this star is pretty straightforward. I'm actually going to play it a little bit safe here. You don't actually have to aim for the pole. You can just aim at the rock wall and end up right on the star platform, but I'm just going to go ahead and aim for the pole anyways. So this star is in an item box in the English version of the game, which is what I'm playing on. In the Japanese version of the game, that star is just out in the open, so you don't have to sit through that animation. It's actually faster to do 120 on the Japanese version of the game, but the difference is only like a couple seconds. Mainly it comes from stuff like Peach doesn't read her letter in the opening intro. It comes from that. Well, other than that, the 2 versions are very similar to each other. Although text actually scrolls slower on the Japanese version, but there's less of it in some areas. So here's this last star. Here's Unagi the eel. I'm just going to kind of camp out above him, wait for the star to appear, and then just swim down towards it. Alright, almost a little early there. And that's it for Jolly Roger Bay. So now before I do any other main courses, I'm going to get a few secret stars out of the way. So in addition to the 15 main courses with 7 stars each, there's also 15 castle secret stars spread out in the secret courses. And here's the first one, the Princess's Secret Slide. A pretty famous level because you can guess times. Entering the stage is hard. So there's a pretty cool shortcut you can do here. I'm going to use the wall in front of me to kind of turn myself around. And then I'm going to use the railing here. And then I'm going to use the railing here to turn back around and just jump over the edge and skip half the slide. This is going to be kind of slow. Yeah, that was pretty slow. So this is the star you get from finishing the slide in under 21 seconds. I'll be doing that same shortcut again to get the box star. So now here I'm actually going to enter Mario Cam because that light that from the wing cap stage actually does lag the game quite a bit. So entering Mario Cam reduces quite a bit of that lag. So here's power of the wing cap. Pretty simple. You just gotta get these 8 red points and then so those 2 red points are really hard to get because you're flying super fast. So when you're flying, diving downwards usually allows you to gain a bit more speed, but it becomes a lot harder to control Mario speed. I'm also gonna be going for a tech skip here. I'm gonna jump off the switch, the cap switch here, into the star, which will skip the text box you normally get from jumping on it. So now there's just one more star after the Princess Secret Slide, so I'm going to head back there real quick. Yeah, you can get times under 13 seconds here in game time, but I'm not very good at doing the slide optimally consistently. Yeah, that's a 3. Yeah, I think this will be like a 13th slide or something. Called it. Now I'll get this box star here. Alright, so next up I'm going to go to Bowser in the Dark World, the first of the 3 Bowser levels. Bowser stages are usually pretty difficult to do because they're very movement intensive, and most mistakes usually cost huge amounts of time, and usually they're all cycle based as well. So I'm going to try to focus on the first portion of this level here. I'm going to be going for a platform cycle known as Shigure cycle, named after an old Japanese river. I missed Shigure cycle. That's a normal cycle. It's about, the way I did it is probably about 3 to 3.5 seconds lower. But I didn't die, and in a reset list, that's really all you can ask for. This stage is very scary. Alright, now all you have to do is the Bowser fight to get the first key. So it's actually faster to use a glitch known as Lobby BLJ or LBLJ, and I'll explain what BLJing is later. In order to get to Bowser in the Dark World first, and then that allows you to do all VOB in one trip. But for the sake of the marathon, I'm just going to go ahead and not do that. Right, so after this, I'm actually going to be heading back to Bob-on Battlefield to finish that course up. The reason why I split it up into 2 trips is because in order to get every star there optimally, you need the wing cap, and the wing cap you're not able to unlock that until you have 10 stars. So I had to get some extra stars before I could get that. But now I have the wing cap, so I'm actually going to be able to finish VOB now. Although I'm not actually going to use it for the first couple stars. So here is this is actually the first star you're supposed to do in the game, and I'm doing it as my total first star, funnily enough. So this kicking trick I'm about to do up slopes, you just hold A and tap B. It only works on certain kinds of slopes. There's many different ways you can climb slopes in this game. You'll be seeing pretty much all of them in this run at some point.